Me didn't Maame Grace na me na me di Revelations dwumedie kese ho achia me. Na se me ka se nda ye frame Empress Makida pe na se wohu se adi ya change baton ye de ato baby foforo kra and me father will name me Empress Makida is on the set. Na owahanoma and obe answer a lot of questions. Ain't no papa, I welcome you to Revelations. Daddy Bosco. Some na mo kai no the first episode no no happened to be the first Rastafarian in the on the platform. Nti ono no be name me Empress Makida. Nti nende your friend me Empress Makida no. Papa, me ma akwa babium. O de wonye hoho wa hanti. Uye ha. Me friend when they say we a lot of questions are ekoso ano. But before then no, me pe say uchia ye viewers no na uchia o loved ones any o Rastafarian family no. Na fe ye start a conversation.
Okay. Meka de Chiobia ohwe episode na Revelations e yadwuma wo krom ha enti mi da wase se ene waji pini se ubehwe yen. That's it.
You na Rastafarians ne. Now you are my president.
Oh, say Rastafari ideas they would want to know what will go on today because since those interviews, no manya calls, manya messages, enekra obi bisa say into Rastafari Council, won't you call Opuni to order? Into enuntina mufre mababelanda.
Okay, so I welcome you once again. My viewers most so me welcome mu nti ene papa wa ha or behold a bit of a Japanese and my friend Raspuni in the comment section. Now wabet handle a bin so or Dan Ladin so or no so ni episode ni munti and you will have for questions. Papa, I welcome you once again. Now my first question, maybe sa wasem weida. Na me sign ebisa obium. Oye president. In Maame vivid answer about Rastafarians any weed. What is it about?
Okay, near woman say, what kind Genesis are Nyamika say, Bibia, I have buying it, Sanyo Mano, was Shraswa Mayen, Nayen di, your friend said, Nayen fa wenu in some yare. Inti, Mika first episode, no say, up until 1937 in the United States of America, cannabis wasn't illegal. And we share the history of the criminalization of cannabis. No, it was to fight communism. Okay, what the Americans felt was communism and the upsurge or the Black Renaissance in Harlem. Into the criminalization of cannabis, no, history. At the right time, no better me invite me. Now your boss and come on because Mr. T Kohoa in Sembebrea, why you are doing so bisano.
You give me a bit. 1 whole hour we can talk about everything. Almost
good.
Everything.
Up until 1937 in the United States of America, cannabis wasn't illegal. We go back even 20 years before 37, cannabis was sold in chemist shops. And I said, no, by the turn of the what you call it 30s, no, who study the history of arts in America, who say around that time Black Americans, so they were on the rise through jazz and other art forms. Now, how will the people who control the system be controlling by criminalizing them? 1, 2, they felt say Black people were open to communism. So saying America, how do you control the people? By criminalizing the things they use. Into that is the history of cannabis criminalization in America. And then it spread to the institutions, American government controlling. That's how come cannabis suddenly became criminal the whole world. Who research, I say by 18 something going into 1920 Nisa places, no, cannabis was used as medicine in the United States. And nothing I will say, who certain parts of America, certain parts of the world, omudria cannabis no, the yet no. Uko Colorado, over the past, is it 3 years or so, almost state economy no atumpong. And I've said on authority time and again, says Ghana, your man penny nana adodanko akufuado, or per se on for Ghana in free aid. This dependency on aid. No, cannabis is one of the cash crops we can use. Number two, we call South Africa, because of mining, they use cannabis to reclaim the land. Cannabis produces nitrogen into the soil. Obi our steady science kakra on himself fertilizer nitro. So what you say? Inti mi maka say, let's move from this toli abonsan tawa sa nsem aya kano na yenko enimdue nimdie na president establish a commission na omo yes our research no. Don't you find it ironic say we call America Washington DC ya legalize cannabis wo ha inti White House wo ha ya ton we wo ha, and Ghana, a land that has so much in terms of weather, in terms of soil, I bet to me produce atong amasa amanoni chrome for mu yeah, because of honu weather no permit.
Now that one is legalized.
No. We're still 10,000 miles away from Ghanaians benefiting from your friend, because although Parliament said 2 years ago mu pass is a bill no, the LI, the legislative instrument, I bet says who per license says and my still. And one thing Amika say your man penny or per se Ghana pa yanko beyond aid. You have a cash crop right there, 3 months, you're making money. Inti for me, yan scientific research na enjoy me feel or musi sa nyomano ya traho nimdie enimbue atraho.
Daddy Bosco, you are talking about the benefits of cannabis. That is one thing. I want to know why every Rastafarian is tagged with cannabis. Because is it true they smoke?
No.
Is it part of the hair?
Unim minim Rastas be brave omun tree we wonder omun num we tida. Min pese me body wo ha. Because never mono say in the 70s, Peter Tosh of Fatu no say a man for bebre name the benefits of cannabis into onu obey advocate into ko tie ni nyum legalize it no or see a some glaucoma a some yare bebre Bob Marley subai and onu so preach about the virtues of cannabis into those two. I think it was Bob and Peter who were the biggest advocates when it comes to reggae musicians or more advocating for cannabis. And nunti from that time, no amount for bebre the cannabis abata Rastafari. But Rastafari is beyond cannabis. Rastafari is talking about the liberation of first the African and the human being.
Okay, this one you keep saying Rastafari, Rastafari.
Dinu ye Rastafari, enye Rasta. Rasta is short form. Rasta Ghana ni other people no muka Rasta. Eye Rastafari, eye Obidin, eye Emperor Haile Selassie Din. Time I yesi nuhini in Ethiopia no ye di man Rastafari. First no friend no lead Tafari. Nti ombe ye nuhini no ena omu friend Rastafari. Ombe ye no o ahimfo ahino. And almost Haile Selassie.
And is there any reason they named him Rastafari?
Said Rastafari, Rast no it is a title into who call Ethiopia. To say ye what Asafuache, for example, no Rast your titles so at say
so Rast na muti Rasta no.
Oh, say Rast, and una make say Rast no a Amharic word. We call Ethiopia to say senia Ghana ye dodo ye country no Ethiopia Amharic no muka and only your national language before English into Rastafari no a Amharic word.
So I understand what you are saying. So it has got nothing to do with your hair.
No, hair is dreadlocks. Dreadlocks is this. Rastafari is the faith of people who follow the teachings of Emperor Haile Selassie. Say, yeah, di Haile Selassie in church na efra Rastafarians, beside your man.
Oh.
When you friend with locks, But send your man for huna a bomb who and omu ye no dreadlocks. He said dreadful. Because who call Bible no more when who say who kind judges are Samson mami or no who buffo no first and call boss Samson papa man or see me who will be he looked terrible and dreadful. That is the origins of dreadlocks.
Okay, so Rastafari note has got nothing to do with the hair.
Hair no, it is said because there's races who are not dreadlocks. So what you say, inti hair no ako say police uniform no aye bi no mushe because unam kroma there's plenty people who are Rastafari by faith but not by identity.
Okay, so mujitu say Rasta Haile Selassie no onye God.
Okay, mamin chew bibi.
Okay.
God made man in his image and likeness. Enuntina yesi wu hwe wu nua wa hunyame inti treat wu nua senia wu be treat wu kai say Christo kan bibi ena o kan say nsukom dimenu wa mama nsuo ena obi bisa no say na da be na mi hu no sa wu nua no a wa mama nsuo no me. So ye ka say nyami bo nipa woni so ne bansu ena ye ka say Emperor Haile Selassie no onu the manifestation of that supremacy inti wu say wuti onu wu ye nyami in your own meaning say wuti
Matthias
inti 1930 yes see Emperor Haile Selassie hini no ena before mu wo Caribbean see other parts of the world no omuji say onu ni you kind of Christ in his kingly character, the personification of Christ. So what you say? Because Haile Selassie osi onukra osumnyame.
Okay, osi onukra osumnyame. Enti what has the dreadlocks people, you are their president in Ghana, have to do with
in Africa?
In Africa, have to do with Emperor Selassie.
Good. Like I said, it was in 1930 Rastafari. Because from 1928, na prophecy no abase by ye be see ohini wo Africa. Inti ye see sa hini no. Who kai Zechariah I think 12:9. They say in those days the house of David shall be like God unto them. So what you say? Inti a representation okadie. I hope I'm coming. So what I say.
And to me, where you people place the man? Is he your God?
Emperor Haile Selassie is the King of Kings and the Lord of Lords. And when I make can say, who say uti ono? Woman can be what baby Christ can be say. A bedroom rebi ni amemi yeno. Thank you. Inti. And I can say, me can say, in those days, the house of David is scientifically proven, historically proven, say it is manifest through the line of the Ethiopian monarchy.
Okay.
Yes, because in 1930, yes, he knew as King of Kings, and 225th descender from the line of Sheba and Solomon. 72 nations were there. Nobody challenged and went and said, so what I say, and when I try, I can say, in these days, no, David, ni inkra ya kanu ni seshi, ni descendants, no, ombe ti say nyami, a mu tre kwan. What you say?
Okay. Now, Papa, you are here because of Raspuni. Because a lot of course, na why president in Intina say ubana ube addressing the things that your people feel that it didn't sit well with them or one can ye and form nti any na okan na yemu problem.
Oh, okay. Me who part of the video to say me can Rastafari. No, Rastafari is Amharic and tree. King James and inkra tree. So what I say. So those are the things because like I'm saying, no, Emperor Haile Selassie is an Ethiopian. Ni dinu Ethiopia din. Esuma yesumi say in this form no Jamaica for in the hills of Jamaica or start can Rastafari first. So okay, yes, it's true say we call Jamaica dokunu. But when it comes to Rastafari, there's no tree, there's no gun, it is strictly Amharic.
Is that the only problem?
Oh, say okay. And I've told a lot of people, because Puni near the first person or try say or explaining Rastafari in their own ways. But me say from 73, me started sumi. Ntitie mpenyimfo de Maame no. Ena mesu nwuma kakra ma hwea ne me research no. E kire say Rastafari in this form does not have no tree in whatever period.
So me person me who say, is that the only problem your people have with his submission? And no pen and your more problem.
No. Okay, so when we hear interview no. So maybe there are things and I couldn't watch the whole thing. I have to be honest, because come on.
No buefuana.
Oh, yes, I one time here mystery. And I'm catching my down for Binomu say I think Puni is very intelligent, because it has certain etymological underpinnings. Say etymologia, a roots of words. So what I say, he did some very intellectual work in assigning meanings and those things, but that is not Rastafari. And Nkrofobe bre aba Rastafari som no mu a umpese omundani adeno enim. So what I say, and they're giving all sorts of explanations, and Rastafari is simple. Rastafari is a doctrine of liberation. Mika, last time about our program, no say in 1930 there was a white king in England, King George, who everybody in the British world, African colonies, no, Caribbean colonies, no, all they all looked up to. In 1930, brothers and sisters no who say, oh, inti yes we are wahini no crown no free King David no more. Inti it displaced that white thing. Mikala also said there's this joke say who kwa sorry now who bronia sangofie. So Rastafari was the doctrine that came to banish all those white things. And I've said it time and again. That's why I respect the likes of Otabil. Who kona sorry moi. Yesi Christo, but who sa obroni Christo no Otabil la sorry dynamo. And I think a few of the charismatic preachers, no, they've moved beyond brainwashing our people with that white image of Christ. Because that white image of Christ is proving that it was drawn by Michelangelo and it was Caesar Borgia, Pope nu Nibanu in those days. And ya draw no. Until every day we picture no now see Yesu awubua who bompire ma a very very criminal-minded person. Because your research, no, Caesar Borgia, go and do the research. These are all historical facts.
Okay. Was Emperor Haile Selassie having dreadlocks on his head?
No. And no na me can say Rastafari no. Ya mu be okay. It is a police ni CID.
Okay.
Inti Rastas bebre wo.
But not a Rasta in the heart.
Rastafari is Rastafari. He was Rastafari. Only Rastafari.
But the make me understand.
Yeah.
Is the Haile Selassie man Rastafari God? Yes. What connection? Because onona ongro nitiye. Entina we grow niti wanakumem. How come se monkwa na mosomo? I want to understand.
Okay, me bo. Mami explain ni bibi mawo.
Okay.
We call India omo Krishna. Indian for no musum omo Krishna. We pe awo besum Krishna. We call Mecca. Omo no musum Allah. We pe ana wasum Allah. Nobody goes to ask the Krishna man. No, we respect them. Me say, I'm a Rasta. I've been a Rasta since I think 73. Obi onim me. Most people don't even know me apart from anything. Because me Aquinas in my second year, no, I became Rastafari. I started growing my dreadlocks. So this is me. Still, who frame me? Not we see yanko busum fie because we are busum. Me di nidie bemawo. Because Haile Selassie taught us to respect other religions. And God, He's the only one who knows. Sebio, sometimes we tie also for pong ni suban. We can say, hey, so for pong suban here, and you met na me corner. We tie cramoni, we tie dunsini. Look, human being is human being. And to learn to respect people's faith, and that's it. For me as a Rasta man, I may doubt your doctrine. I may doubt what you believe. I may, in private, say, "Is this guy?" But I will respect your faith.
Personal affair.
And that is what I think as Rastafari we want people to do for us.
Affair. Is Opuni part of your association?
Japuni, enu na me kanu say Japuni. Mehu Japuni no me hu no ni madam for be a friend no papaja. Say ni kwala. Back in there I think around 2000s or something like that. First time I saw him. Calls himself a Rasta man. Me respect him for that. But ni ame kanu say Rastafari sumno ewo ho. Sebio who 3-4 can be say busrum can anabi. Rastafari is not that. It's not that. There's a teaching that is there. The words all have their meanings. It is no new meaning about no. And until I can say so unko for me assume fufura kinda homa. But Rastafari is Rastafari. Is
he part of your association?
Puni is not a registered member of the Rastafari Council of Ghana, but a Rastaman. Miss Rano.
Okay, on your part of the council.
Of the council.
But on a Rastaman.
Of course.
So are you people responsible for every man that carries Rasta on the head?
No. When me be Rastafari is Rasta anti say your friend is saying Maame can't say Roman and Presby and however, having said that, within the body of Rastafari, me say I belong to 12 tribes of Israel. 12 tribes, yes, we are warring and principles, the do's and don'ts, and who call Bobo principles. I think the basic thing with all Rastafari is GD and I jitumu say Emperor Haile Selassie is Christ in his kingly character. He's the King of Kings and the Lord of Lords. But Ras is be wo mu vegetarian. Ras is be wo mu observe Sabbath. Remembering that from 6 to 6 omu nuaduani phone kra omu mfa those things. And a Ras is be no so wo they don't strictly observe Sabbath. So what you say?
I just want to know what your association or your fraternity got to do with all of those people. Are they supposed to be under your rules or they are on their own?
And then I can say, the truth of the matter is Rastafari came into the world in 1930. 1930 to now, that's about 70 plus 20, 90 years. It's an evolving doctrine. Compared to Islam, it came on the scene about 700 AD. In how many? 1,000 plus years. Krishna, all those things. So Rastafari is an evolving doctrine. And senior Rastafari one, you need to say synod beer every year or money. For instance, you cannot claim you are a Catholic and do certain things. They will excommunicate you. You cannot claim you are a Muslim and do certain things. They will banish you. You cannot claim you are a Presbyterian and do certain things. They will. Who guys have Methodist bishop no I see or a spokesman for Methodist Church or can you man be far Mahama Hua. I sorry no ba say hey I'm power a spokesman but money ni o kanu mamu fam battery sorry no
who Matthias, me person me bisa question. The reason I keep asking this: are you responsible for every man that have locks on the head?
No, let me say
so
it
Pony
emphatically.
is not part of your association.
No, we can't say.
So why then should you have a problem with what he is saying?
God, what the issue is? You say he's saying things which is not Rastafari. So what I say, I've had calls, and me person make sure where I've gotten the calls from, and I wouldn't even say because of Beyond the Return, Ghana Black Star and all those things. No, Ghana is a focal point for Rastafari as we speak. And I said, I am the president of the Rastafari Continental Council. For crying out loud, like, hey, Daddy, wagwan. So I say, Inti. Yeah, to me, in culture, Puni say Puni and can't wait because freedom of expression and things.
And he's not part of you.
But he's claiming Rastafari.
How is he claiming Rastafari?
Oh, sir, Obetna, and I explain.
That is his understanding.
No, but you see, Mami explain it, baby. It is say, Musi, we are Christoni. Yan and him say, Christo for ye, Gidi say, Christo ye nyamiba. Now see we are Christoni. Now I can baby. Now I can say, oh, Christo, one nyamiba. Onukra or ye, excuse me, Ashawo biba. Now Joseph Ranyani Papa. Do you think Christians will allow you? Because it's their faith. Inti ube to me, I can say, okay, me tribusum anamire. Inti me ma. But when you say Christianity, Roman for be descending on who, Presby for all those things. Inti, when you get up and you say Rastafari, anapa ikra obia sending me message say, so will the Rastafari Council not call Puni to order?
Do you want me to call him for you?
Oh, no. I mean Puni fie. Meaning, Yapon, Midubeko car no oil me using Puni on a meter. Into Kwabia ni mini Puni. But Puni will platform an international platform.
Yes.
Yeah, Kasai, you don't know how many people have seen the videos and they are wondering, asking, now that the Bosco or Ghana, and be that Ghana and say, and you need Rasta. No, that's why I'm here. I don't have a fight with anybody. And Senya Mika, as the president of the Rastafari Council Ghana and the chairman of the Rastafari Continental Council, the whole Africa, I have a duty to come and say what my brother is saying. Excuse me, that is not Rastafari for us. It might be a new doctrine or no. But say I see Rastafari no.
Okay, so he's not part of you, but what he said that you want to correct is
okay, near woman say want to mean kojina baby, now our baby, now our defining. It is definitions. There are standard definitions. Want to mean but now I can say see lover. We need lovers it's free titi obi anim lovers here. Inti say obana wo be ka bibia ebinumu beba be correct say eh enye sa ebi onu or for me bibi fufuro kinda hot because freedom of expression, freedom of association is our man. But when you say Rastafari, no two ways about that.
It's not like that.
No.
And you are higher now, sir, now fata.
Charlie was here, I didn't know.
I'm learning. Okay, so that record is straight now. Now there was another Rastafarian, another Rasta man, another meaning what to say, who also came here and said that you go around, not you, but I'll say Rasta for me.
Yeah.
Omo ran yes omo dom na ebikra grow locks because of white women. How true is this?
Niawa kano unim ye can be a wolf in sheep clothing. Omo dosu. Christo dakunu ye bisa no see let the wheat and the tares grow together and the Lord of the harvest oba no be separating. And yes, Mikai in those days in the 80s I was labadi do la no a lot of young people because in those days no na foreigners ba amanoni for ba into the perception say oh me dom rasta menya obroni And in those days, Labadi Beach. Until you had a lot in Jamaica, we from rent a dread. Rent a dread. Inti omo aye locks no. Omo di yo omo ejuma. Omo nim say mbrofo mai omo bo omo pe bibifo a omo ye locks because omo feel say locks for no ye very energetic, very roots and things. And yes, I won't deny there were lots of people, not just the brothers but sisters, who also came into the faith and still come into the faith. Omo adwene say Rastafari is a ticket to either go and live abroad or marry somebody from abroad.
So it's true.
It's a fact.
Okay, and is it also true that they are lazy? Some.
Okay, wunim bibi enu na me kano say wolf in sheep clothing. Me say obi onim Daddy Bosco come here research no. We are hard workers. Any true Rasta man is a hard worker unless the person is a loafer. So what I say, but anybody who is a Rasta man, who the man catch we and a for mumu mu research or mu potem no. Mo be hu say obi a oye Rasta man or G Rastafari a jumanu who be hu say oye hard worker is either a craftsman or creating your man, or is a serious musician, and now is a serious sports person, or is a serious professional. And I'll give you one example: Bob Marley. Nkrofo munim Bob Marley. They said he was the hardest worker. Bob Marley by 5, no more sorry. Ombe Janisa by 7, no more your physical say we. Ombe bobo because music will perform. Enunti na see osapa because he trains a lot. Before they go on stage, they are doing a final brush up. These are hard workers. These are hard workers. Obia, udi amaka chewe found him too.
Na kasa, or yes, mu pekasa so mu pa mu kasa, and also a part of the hair na.
No, your friend who reasoning. Rastas reason a lot about issues. So what I say, who say, as I say, I'm talking very passionately because yes, but meko baby, I can sit here like this. That's it. Into yes, ye kasa say, yeah, you say you, yeah, now, ye kasa keke, yeah.
To what did I say, you king, wama mu faith, Emperor Haile Selassie, they buy a junkie to America.
Okay, my main catcher BB. Ube hu say enu nti na Bible no kan say ube hu nkrofo mienu oyere ne okunu omu dampa no so ye befa baako so ati ase nti ne ewo mu no say nkola bebre wo ho a omu so omu fa omu how should I say it omu pe ukọ hum konkron mu a meaning say wo kai Absalom only papa mpuna no mu die nya in secret o but obi tu no for say for mu ko abrosa no so na you in public King David ba wo malekonkro sa na beba wo chiro konkro no so that you say inti these things happen.
I am asking you this to ask a question so you are aware.
Go ahead.
So you are aware.
I'm honest, I'm not aware.
It's your first time hearing this now?
Yes.
Okay. And come maybe say then since the father is your God.
Oh, Senior Americano, this is the first time I'm hearing this.
Okay. That was Dan Ladin submission. Also, you know why research so let's come down. When you people go to Ethiopia, that was where your king or your God comes from. Omu place him where he.
Okay, what he said, a prophet is never honored in his own country. What is that?
So he's not honored there.
So, in Ethiopia, Haile Selassie brought Ethiopia from Middle Ages into modern times. Who can say Ethiopia has never been colonized? And he said Ghana obroni for no by building civilization or how they describe this omube titi yeni. In Ethiopia, it was not like that.
But when him say Ethiopia, na yetwi kasa. Ethiopia for. You don't know.
Wouldn't be. You know why I laugh? In the 80s, and I have a friend, he's a Nigerian who's done etymology. He's actually written books. And he says Ethiopia is Igbo.
So you are watching Revelations. Into when you say Ethiopia, Ghana, Kasa, Tree.
No, I don't know. Because before Punibe starting in your mind, meet Madame for a minute trial Lagos in 1982. How can you be say Ethiopia, ye Igbo? Into me by Nasa Meti Puninu. That's why in the beginning I said these guys are doing something on the lines of etymology. But when it comes to Rastafari, that's Amharic. Into there might be a coincidence. But when it comes to
that's
Rastafari,
not it.
No, not at all.
You are watching Revelations with Daddy Bosco and Empress Makida. And Papa, see Rastafarians no more Ghana Nina, more association. Right? And now we are president.
Okay, Maame explain it, BB. Say I make in Ghana we have, so I belong to 12 tribes of Israel. There were Ethiopian World Federation. There were Nyabinge. And there were Ethiopia Black African Congress. Omuni Bobo Nkrofo. And in 2009, I can say, he said, yen as races from different mansions. So yen kambum. Na inti se bibia. You bet to me either government and now whoever no, we present one front instead of now we have 12 tribe. So since 2009 we've been trying to work together as a council. Yeah.
As a council. So you are you there yet? Have you?
Yeah. The council has been functioning for the past.
So you guys are all together now.
The council, wouldn't him say a council and yet association. Council yeah. Nkrofo bebrea omu ayi anamzifu
ana womo yi anamzifu asi wo nti samosha mra obi ade beko. So it's still, you people are still together. So I want to ask the structures you are making. You are making for people, for example, to protect your own. And Nkrofo omunye school or achimota o say here almost omo locks nti ya mo I want to know the structures you people are putting together for yourselves. And a debe na mo woye de boa Ghana man.
Good question. Good question. Inti, we do a lot of advocacy because people are discriminated against because of their locks. Over the years, we've supported teachers, we've supported students who had locks to get their rightful places. And we've done it consistently over the years. We've done some welfare support too. About 40 years ago, now young people, but 40 years down the line, me say first, who me I mean near body, and I mean benya black, say manya white. Until we do a lot of welfare support, penny for no be a sebio or muhum for families be or more losey the breadwinner. We do those kind of supports, and then we provide training too. Provide training and mentorship for young races. We also do conferencing. Obi beka say a conference no in faswa den na ewo so. Eho na yeshia na ya chichia dream on a lot of issues. For instance, currently the advocacy committee is working to ensure say Parliament will do the needful and pass the legislative instrument to allow people to start earning revenue from the green gold. Inti ejuma no edoso enjina it's not just one thing executive committee and various committees to say Mika advocacy committee doing various works. Hopefully later this year you better into agriculture because it's a necessary thing to do to start to provide employment for the youths, because who say system no increasingly unemployment will be a big issue. Into agriculture is where we want to go.
Agriculture is where you want to go. Now let's narrow the conversations down. Christians, like you said, see Jesus as their God. Muslims see Muhammad. Rastafari see Haile Selassie. Is that correct?
Yeah.
So all these bodies are leaders for these fraternities that I've mentioned.
Yeah.
But they believe there is God. They believe there is heaven. Muslims believe that when they die, they will go to heaven and marry virgins. Christians believe they will go to heaven and walk on gold and all that. What is your belief?
Good. Maame Kabibi. When people talk about Christianity, they think it's European. And I tell them, no. Christianity is African. And I'll prove it to you. Ukaya ubehu say, yesi Jacob, time or Johnny free, Ninia Esau, Aoko Laban Honu, Okoda baby no soon die, or soon die no, or sorry no, yesi Adia Okrano, or the goo form. In Africa, ye friend or bot. In cry get a yin pie or pie. Yes. King David, do maybe or see Nikon Addo Bethlehem in Sion. In strong soldiers, no more Philistines to when call Bethlehem and call San Sion bread David. And David can say, Monsieur Idia, go fire answer me, mean to me, no, me the Bamanyami, and all the go for. Africans are the only people who have these traditions. Mi bwana obroni for mumbom am. So the Bible is African. We call Ethiopia, you can say we in Ethiopia have one of the oldest versions of the Bible. Even before they translated those versions in AD, I think 6 something, at the Council of Nicaea under the leadership of the Pope or the Emperor at that time. Inti Rastafari is African, and Christianity as it is African.
So after all this worship, and I want to know, you are here, so you hear the kingdom of God is here, there is heaven there. So I want to see your end, like the Rastafari. Are they also holding on to heaven that they will go, or they are going to go to the heaven with virgins? I want to know.
Good.
Or they believe in reincarnation. Where do you people belong?
That is why I'm saying, you see all those stories that people have been led to feel, Brunini, those things. That is the African story. In Rastafari, we are the owners. And until I say, we call Ethiopia, we have one of the oldest versions of the Bible.
So are you people going to heaven with the virgins, or the heaven with the gold on the ground, or reincarnation?
We're going to be with our Creator, wherever our Creator is.
So you go to heaven?
Yes.
Okay. That's all I want to know.
No, you see, because of Europeanized Christianity, that's why a lot of people don't even want to be described as Christian. So what you say? Because a network Christian na sa obroni Yesu. We need to make that distinction. Say yes sa obroni Yesu.
But Yesu ankasa ba ede.
Yes.
No ye dey.
Good. What be say Yesu of the Middle East. Who study the geography of the Middle East? Who say until I think the 19th century, Suez Canal, there was no division between Egypt and Israel. It was all one land. Now, people who live in that climate, what will they be? That place, snow no they fall there. So they don't be white people. So what you say?
So Jesus was...
Jesus was not a white man. What is the opposite of somebody not being a white man? Answer for yourself. Let me add one last thing. What kind of Bible? No. The funny thing is people read the Bible, but they don't read it scientifically. So what kind of Bible, whether as a fable or as a historical record, say you see nyame bo nipa one so what garden no more not team not yen what garden no more. Say who garden fine what high who be yeah soil be na wo di begu.
Black soil.
Inti say nyame bot nipa. Sa first nipa no obeye den.
Black.
Thank you.
So Jesus came.
Of course.
And he was black.
He was not white.
He was not white.
Yes.
So Emperor Selassie came to quench Jesus' fire
and
became your king.
No. So Haile Selassie, or see, for me and my family, we glory in the Bible. But Mali, the Haile Selassie quotations be brave there you. Baku or see men see their dreams and aspirations crumbling in front of their face. But the Bible is the rallying point of all humanity. That is Haile Selassie teachings. In Bob Marley in 1979, or releasing your friend was saying survival or to maybe or see give us the teachings of His Majesty. We don't want any devil philosophy. Just tell us what Haile Selassie said. Let's follow it. And Haile Selassie said he glories in the Bible. So any true Rasta man who follows the teachings of Emperor Haile Selassie respects the Bible. Yes, they read other books in addition to the Bible. But unless you don't respect Haile Selassie.
So where do you place Jesus and Haile Selassie? Where do you place these two?
Okay, let me explain. Where do you place Jesus and Haile Selassie? The Bible says it clear. Jesus was a descendant of David. And I said in the beginning, in 1930, when Haile Selassie was crowned, he was crowned as King of Kings, Lord of Lords, conquering line of the tribe of Judah, 225th descendant from the line of Solomon and Sheba. Until you can say whether they are cousins or they are, because they are all from the Davidic lineage.
So they are all gods.
You see, when you say they are all gods, now Akoeti say God with a small g. But it is a manifestation. And no tina I come for you see here. Your manu akunyadin. And some of the stories I've heard, I don't know if it's true. Say see in here mawako baby akunyanu wono. Na ni wudi ubekwa ko na yedidi no ato. Eno ntina minana otumfo bae no osi onu ni den osei tutu aye den ababio. Ebeko the second. And one thing I can say, Emperor Haile Selassie is Christ in his kingly character. He manifested that Christly nature, which Christ say that is the nature, or expect to say you be demonstrate.
I want you to give me a whole history about Jesus. What do you know about him? Okay. And what you know about Selassie.
Okay.
Your emperor, to me, body in impo. And tell me, I want you to give me the history, so I ask you a question. Since you are saying they are all coming from one lineage.
Okay, near woman say, Ushe Chrokonkron say Christ, ye wunu Bethlehem. Before ye be wunu, hundreds of years, we share Isaiah or prophesy about Christ ni wunu. Various prophets come before or by. In history, it is written, say obi basa. Oko yekunwa or sorry oko no. The apostles no preaching the message no. Fast forward to this time. In this time, Emperor Haile Selassie yebewu no nani mami ni papa omumanu mu nyina yewu ana omuawu. I think he was the 9th child or so. But he survived. By the age of 13, Yayenu governor in Harare, 13-year-old boy. By time Obey 27, na Yasinu Hini wa Ethiopia. Oni 36 po na King of Kings, Lord of Lords. Who studied in life no Haile Selassie would pray for at least 2 hours every day or Soria. He was a very devout Christian. He was a follower of the word of God. Your best sin Ethiopia your friend Ethiopian Orthodox Church, one of the oldest churches in the world. Inti Haile Selassie I think in the 60s, World Council of Churches, Omumanu title Defender of the True Christian Faith. And all these are historically recorded. Testimonies of Onu ni Subai. Now, people who know Haile Selassie and have met him will tell you that he had a countenance that words cannot describe.
He was Kwame Nkrumah's friend.
Of course.
So why are you not people worshipping your own but him?
Okay, Unim Bibi, Senya Mikaeno, in the last days, Zechariah Watro, say in the last days, the house of David shall be like unto God.
So
Anka enye Haile Selassie ni Rastafari, Anka before Bebre, they might not even listen to Christianity. They might not even have time to read Bible.
Did Kwame Nkrumah did anything that we have to have Rastafari or Chromalizers or something for him?
Oh, Nkrumah or the Nkrumahism by. And Nkrumahism is a political thought. And Nkrumah wasn't didn't preach religion. He preached politics. Into your can seek ye first the political kingdom, and all things shall be added. Into your nuna dream say yendi politics echi na enya tumi no na yemfanye bibia.
Ankanyata ankono so Rastafari.
But let me show you something. Nkrumah is very highly respected in Rastafari. Ejina nyoma bi okan oye. Nkrumah si onu okọ school America no nwoma kakraka okan ni nyina no. Marcus Garvey krata bi ochro the philosophy and opinions of Marcus Garvey. Okay no. Emanu arehwemu chinkrata inti enu say Black Star Line, the first Black Star Line shipping company in the world was formed by Marcus Garvey. Nkrumah by no number form Black Star Line in Ghana. Shipping company. He wanted to realize Marcus Garvey's dreams because Garvey can say inti ye be before na ye ni be before kukudama mu ye nyoma. Inti Nkrumah by no Nkrumah Garvey Marcus Garvey vision on the buy.
So right now, do we have any? You are in Ghana, right? And you are a Ghanaian, and you people are worshiping Selassie. Is there anything that one day we Ghanaians will worship?
Who can worshiping Selassie?
No, like he's your king. Let's say he's your king or your lord.
Yes.
Would somebody come up one day from Ghana that we will all worship? Like we will all also make him our king or our something.
Oh, wouldn't be. And when Americans say Rastafari, we didn't just get up and say Haile Selassie. It is because of the same Bible and what history has taught us.
So the Bible, does it have anything for Ghanaians in future? I also want to see my own being placed up there.
No, it's not necessary. Wouldn't be. It is because Obroni Nuba and up until the 60s, there was no Togo and Ghana. I bet you me I before no who got Togo. And one thing you close border and we how mono. Who call me ma come a cock who call Bunua Sampa. Sa area no. Fear be what has say half for Ghana, half for Ivory Coast. Until before colonialization, yeah, before. Among for to meet two bata from a ha. Sokoto, Omukoton Chin, from Ghana to Sokoto, is proven. Say, among for the Goro, BC, free West Africa, called South Africa, back in the days, we were all one people. It's an African thing. And yes, say, Ghana, you pay a killer.
No, say a generation. So I just want to know if one day my own will also send here. We are all Africans, but when something comes from a family, it's it's joyous.
Christo can be say fata noa among for beka.
Ora o na say na fata Rastafari. Eno to na say umpini. Yes, na fata. We are Revelations and we are here with Daddy Bosco. Daddy Bosco, we have 3 minutes. I want you to educate all your people about what you heard. Niyama omunye, niyama omunye. Now we are all pursuing peace. Like you said, we are all Africans. We are one people. We are pursuing peace. enti no unkro for Rasta omo mo mpa adwuma omo pe mba white enti no omo grooming omo team. Let them see the essence of the hair and omo understanding Rastafari. Any empress, I mean, advice.
The woman say anybody who is a true Rasta man knows that they say Bob Marley to no work on the Uprising album. We gotta work. So you cannot say you're a Rasta man and be a lazy person. You are not a Rasta man. You're a faker.
You are a faker. Now can you a faker? Bombo clat. That patois. No, what is it about?
Sometimes no.
No, the patois. What is it about?
Patois is like pidgin. Inti Ubekai say Jamaican. Okay, nkrofo a yede omo free ha call amanoni no. Caribbeans no. Amanfo bebre free kru different. And they were dealing with the white man. Inti it's like say na make a pidgin. Inti yem pidgin no who call Nigeria omo pidgin different. Boy a pidgin. Who call Sierra Leone omo pidgin different. Boy a pidgin. Inti patois is a form of pidgin language.
Oh, sir.
And as a bumbo clad Nissan your money, yanka wo TV su.
Ya ka wahi.
Bufu sema yedi. They say nkra unko bukoma wa hu ne omuka no onyaaye eno bi ni bombo class
Eno ni bombo class
boy ye nti ase enti mi say fi nam kro na obi ka say bombo class hey Jamaica want to mean in certain respectable places.
Okay, so your last words to your people, I want you to speak in patois.
So
I want you to advise your people. No, sir, you are on Revelations. We want to feel your feeling. We want to feel you here.
Okay, so what I will say is that times are changed. And I as Rasta people should be mindful about how I carry ourselves in the community of nations. Because you see me, I come as light in this dark world. And I come as a double-edged sword to cut and go through. So please, Rasta people, stand up, elevate your consciousness, and let the people MC say, I are the sons and daughters of the kings of kings, the lords of lords, conquering lion, the tribe of Judah, elect of God. Get the Maui, Baba Jana, Ja Rastafari.
Ja Rastafari. Lion, yeah, yes, a lion, be a lion, hopeless lion in Ghana. You didn't watch that episode.
No. I didn't have say, Intimi come down for be here, and latest, I say, latest one, producer, no, or they are sending me, but me, say, measure because, I mean, first one, I took it like a joke. But, and I miss you, Rollins in those days, moon can on film in theater. But Charlie, one day, me baby, or Legon, or friend, me giddy your see me, no for no stream. Because no, ni free Jamaica. Inchi yebumu. Suddenly, all of a sudden, you see Rastafari here.
Bombo clutch. Okay, so Ja Rastafari. So Ja Raspuni, any Ladin another Ladin Rock. This is your Daddy Bosco, your president. I'm Empress Makida. Same time next week, Revelations will come your way with another episode. Daddy Bosco, Ja.
Rastafari.
Selassie. So same time next week, Revelations will come your way with another. Shalom.